these things you can hide. You will get next part of me. Here is the argument. You can also do but all. I'll let you an example of that. For example, you can get idea from that report, you can read that report, and then you kind of other than English or other local Indian languages you can make. Second thing, you can make prior research for filing. Like you have to identify by the similar invention or the British copy form. Going to help in the different decision. And like FICO, I give an example of FICO, patents of FICO. Here you can use some keywords like basket and you search for. Basket, near, view, and protect. You will get basket definitions. So here you can select on the base of abstract, title, publication date, description. You can search in title also, abstract, patent analysis. Like for example, strategy. What type of keyword you should use, and what type of patent analysis, how you patent analysis can research. For this you can also really course by FICO. That is the 8-hour course, that is video course. You can do this course where we just give you some idea about the documentation, strategies, and analysis. So this will help you with how you can make some free prior assessment before you can make the application. Similarly, there are also RC and IIC institute that also regularly conduct some public training programs, and you can also request for workshop. So these things can be done by you at zero cost or very fast. Like patentability criteria. Second, after doing some prior research, you can do like whether my terms is patentable or not. So you have to check this whether it is new or not. What is new? Like means applications. In that case, that is not become the institution. Industry application where I already given an example, you can check these three criteria. Other than you can check under section 3. And section 4 atomic energy treatment. You can check just the broad idea whether your invention is patentable. After that, you can go to patent filing. Now, before filing, I want to tell you about something about patent process. How you can file a patent application. For example, complete specification you are having. So you have to prepare complete specification. I will give you a little bit idea like that. Once you file a complete specification in India, after 18 months, complete specification is filed with your application file. After 18 months, this application gets published. We hold the application for 18 months. We do not publish it for public because this is time you can prepare your mind. So whether you want to go for invention or not, you want to keep it as a secret, or you want to go for patent, or many other things you still want to do some modifications before either it will. And after 18 months, we publish it. But you can anytime you can make an early publication request, then within 1 month, certainly within a week, the application is published. Or second thing, for complete specification in patent, this is the one more thing that you should keep in mind. Filing is not itself it will go for examination. You have to make a separate request that you go for examination. Time period for that is 30 months from earliest filing. If you are coming from your earliest filing, you are taking time of that application. Generally, it is in India if you are filing, it is from filing date or private date. So request for examination you have to make it. After the request available, two conditions are met. Your application has been published and you have made a request for examination. Your application goes for examination. After examination, you are issued an examination report. If some objections are there, you have to reply their objections. Either you contest that objections. If you contest, or you can amend your application according to objections, so that objections are met. Compliant. And FIR reply generally filed time period is 6 months, and you can extend it beyond 3 months and also 6 months for under 1 month late. But generally try to file it within 6 months, because after that you file, there may be some charges for petitions. Or if everything is okay, your patent is gonna take. Yeah, if still controller is not certified, examiner not certified, you are given an opportunity of hearing, before in the hearing you can convey your objections. You can say, no, my mention is no, your objections are not up to regulations. You can claim, you can test your objections. If satisfied, your patent will be granted. No satisfied, if after that refusal, you can challenge it before the High Court. This is the general file you file. Second thing, sometimes what in education institute you do some inventions, but before making a specification you may need time, but you want to grab priority date. Okay. In that case, you can file a first provisional specification, but within 12 months you have to file a complete specification. Otherwise, your application will be deemed under the section 9. So you have to file a complete. So you can file provisional specification. After within 1 month, you can file complete specification. And if you want to file in foreign country, I give you an example how foreigners are filing. They can file the applications like in the Paris Convention. And according to Paris Convention, if you file an application in any country, that is the party of the Paris Convention. Most of the countries are there. So you can file that application there. You can claim prior to that application within 1 year. Within 1 year, you can file any other application in any other country. If you go beyond that application and your earlier application has been published, in that case your invention will itself be will be cited by the controller examiner to your invention is public and you have to articulate it. Second would be PC2. Here you get more time. You can file a application Paris Convention. Within 1 year to Paris country, within 1 year you can file a PCT application, and after that within 31 months from the first priority date that you can Paris Convention country, you can file an application. So this is the general application. How you can also file a foreign country in similar way. Keep it in mind, in India that is 31 months, but in many countries the 31 months is 30 months. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. What is the timeline for filing this application in other countries? Like Paris Convention PCT application, how it works? You can file like Paris Convention. You file application like 0 months. Today you file within 12 months. You file many countries. You can file. You can claim priority of that application. Otherwise, you will not be forced to get that. Similarly, PCT application, you can file a PCT application 0 months. Within 12 months, you can local application in a country. In 12 months, you can file a PCT application. In 16 months, an international research report or written opinion is served to you and it is published in 18 months. And after that, what is the international research report? That is a journal idea. It is a written opinion. Examiner searches your invention and tells you your invention is patentable or not, whether it's meeting some general criteria according to one or not. If it is met, so you can make up your mind whether my invention is not, whether I should file my application or not, because it involves some questions. So you can make your mind, you can amend your application also. And if you are not satisfied, still you can challenge your application, you can file a request for supplementary request for example, even you can file for preliminary examination. So that other options are optional, but you will certainly get the international certificate that will give you an idea. India is also a PCT part and IIC, International Search Authority. You can file IIC in India also. This is the application. Now patent filing. How you can file the patent filing? We have a complete online filing system and processing. Applicants know to visit patent office. Over 95% applications are filed. Patent agents are mandatory to file online applications. If you are individual are filing, in that with their own guidelines. Only you can file applications online. What are the important forms you should have for filing patent applications? Like form 1. It's a basic details like what is your name, inventor details, your address, and if you are getting priority details, if you are getting some other benefits. These are basic, that is the form 1. And form 2 is the complete specification that you have to mention itself. And form 3, that is important, that is you have to provide details of filing and application in foreign countries. You have to provide details regarding foreign filing details to the before the patent in the patent office. And form 5, that is very much requirement. It should be filed with the complete specification, or you can file within 1 month with extension. But extension always goes very some. You should file it with the application. Like form 8 or 18, that is very required for examination, because 18 for required for examination and 18 is required for early examination. So you have to make this application. Only after that you have to start. When you get a examination. Form 25 is permission for filing patents for if you have filed application in India, you are not filed application in India or you are filing for that, you have to get permission. Similarly, Form 26, if you are filing your own, then no need to give it, but if you are filing to agent, so you have to give patent agent, you have to do it from submit a Form 26, that is a power of law. And Form 28, if you are eligible category for fees relaxation, most of the persons are from education institutes. So, like for example, most of the things like these are the things we need. These things are also in paper documents. Like abstract you have, invention you have, object plus invention you have, summary of the invention, brief description, detailed description. All these things are also created.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. So may I request you to wind up the session by 5 minutes because
I will.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, sir.
This thing you also in paper, but keep in one mind, like in paper, what you do, there is always one para, material and method. And most of the present paper gives the testing and all these things. But your invention lies in material method. So that you already discussed is the product process. So in material method, that should be expected in complete specification. This is the important part, claims. That is the very much required claims. That is the only you can claim for them. Claims doesn't mean sometimes I get application. I got an application, they will claim I want this much more money. This is not a claim. Claim is the legal boundary for protection for your invention. Now, what are the claims? Claims to the crucial point. Claims, you can see claims in the invention. After granting patent, your scope is decided by claims. It's a protective fence, how much your invention involved. And technical terms are used. Claims should be drafted carefully. Adequately distinguished from prior knowledge and now what your invention. Claims should be clear. And scope should not be too broad or should not be too. If it is broad, so it will be too difficult because you are imposing upon other subject matter. That will be cited by examiner controller, you will not get it. If it is too narrow, in that case, you are not, you may not accrue full benefits of invention. One important thing kept in mind, according to section 59 of Patent Acts, you can amend the claims within the scope of before the amendment. Always try to keep your scope there. If you already filed a narrow claim, after that you will not able to keep it in mind. Broad can be narrowed down, but narrow can be broad down. Now I am giving an example for claims like, this is a simple example like someone has created a racket having anti-slippage means how you drafted it. Like an example, for example, first claim they have given an anti-slippage means racket. So it will cover all about three rackets. If they use a game device, very beautifully they will use game device. Because if you are using a tennis racket here, only you can protect the tennis racket. If someone is using that invention in badminton racket, you will not be able to protect. Good. Table tennis racket, it may be a badminton racket or a tennis racket. And after that, they have narrowed down the second claim. They have not been anti-slippage means disposed at the end of portion, like that. At the end of portion, there is a slippage means. So claims have given multiple protections for the invention. So they have narrowed down it further. So this way the claims are drafted. Now patent filing, most important point I am telling, these are very important point. People often do mistakes if they are filing agents or sometimes agents also do the same thing. First file the application, then publish. Your own application prior to filing patent application is a compromise. If you are your own invention, you are published in a paper, after that you are filing patent application, so we will cite your publication and say it is a copyright. So you do not do this. Although they are posing for grace period, you should avoid this. Second thing is the form filing collection. That is a very stringent thing. Whenever you are filing your application in foreign country, either file a patent application at least before 6 weeks, or you take permission from patent office. Either if you have a patent application, that application will be abandoned, or if you have a patent granted, that will be revoked, or if this violation also have a inclusion that is keep it in mind. Second thing is important, like foreign filing. According to the police case, patent application filed in India, IIC, International Such Applications are filing, IIC, International Applications are filing, that are also you have to take permission for that also, and you also give details in form 3, the foreign filing details. Otherwise, this form 3 is a ground for the grant. These are the audio patent, these are the grounds you should keep in mind. Application status you can also check in patent office. You can go to public search, and after that public search you can patents, and you can download application number, and you can check status. You regularly should check your status. What are your requirements, and all documents are available. Benefits, I want to highlight some benefits that do education institutes, like 80% fee concession is given to you, like the big corporation 28,000. Other fees are there, but these are basic fees. MSN startup education individuals have this is central rupees only. You some are also your expert examination, like MSN, startups, and female applicants along with lesser persons. Government company department institutes, they are eligible for expert examination. So here examination are generally done by one. There is also one scheme for facilitating startup in the book scheme. Keep it in mind. This will I will highlight after the deadline session. Like this scheme was earlier for startups. Like they can go select a facilitator. What are the facilitators? They are independent facilitator by patent office. They will make on your behalf all drafting, filing, etc. with the IP office, and they will do, and the IP office pay them the professional fees. You will not pay for that. This is extended to individual innovator, creator, and also education institutes, but with this some different thing. They have to approach it. This is a vital sports center that or Indian government sports center. You can approach to them. They will select a facilitator for you, and same case will apply. There are more than 205,000 facilitators and more than 500 patent agents. Fees is payable for 2 stages. And first stage they are paid 15,000 rupees. In trademark and design also applicable, they are 50,000, and disposal they are paid for 25,000. And opposition matters not fees. But facilitator cannot charge. This scheme is also extended for interested patent application from 2023 onwards. And like where you are patent facilitators, you can go on this website, IPA website. You can search here. Here you will get the list of people. You can search them, you can contact them, they will facilitate. And this is the last slide, ma'am. This is a certificate of inventorship that is introduced. And sometimes what happens, you are in education institute. So you file the application on the name of the education institute. You being an inventor, you can get this certificate of inventorship. That is the different certificate of inventorship. You can use it for these two. This is initially project before you, and from paid because you are submit. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insight. And indeed, due to lack of the time constraints, we had to rest this. Sorry for the interruption. And now we have Dr. Zara, sir. So over to you for the session on patent product. And apologies for the last minute of change in the sequence. Over to you, sir.
No worries. Just trying to share my screen. You have to allow me to share the screen.
So you are already protected.
Photos. Can you see your slides?
It's just loading.
Just let me know once you have my patent product visible on the screen. Are we good to go?
Still not visible, sir.
So this is your file explorer is visible. This shape.
Unable to do the entire screen.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Is it in the slideshow now?
Sir. Yes, sir. Good to go, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'll stick to presentation because considering the time constraint, I'll just do a very quick 40 minutes presentation on within the product, then after we'll take the questions. I'm Dr. Dara, I'm the head of Technology Transfer Office of IIT Madras, and apart from that, I'm also representing the IPIC body, International Intellectual Property Commercialization Council, which is a global body, political and non-profit, non-governmental organization. This platform is for, I'm to be soon hosting at the IPIC India chapter as well. So this IPIC organization works with Mission Goal to educate the innovators, entrepreneurs and investors and policymakers to get the good IP practices and standards towards certification, and also the entrepreneurs networking and collaboration to share the interesting information. So to be soon we will be opening a chapter of IPIC India, which is an international body, and I will represent the With this short introduction about myself, we'll quickly jump into the technology transfer sessions. I guess Jaiveer has already covered the invention disclosure, prior validation, protection, which is the IP section of the part is being covered by the Jaiveer very clearly. We talked about the patents as process patents, patents as product patents. But when you say the product patent, it doesn't essentially mean a complete marketed product. Until and unless if it is, there would be some certain cases where it could be a marketed product. But most of the times, if you see any patent document, it could be resting in between 4 to 7 TRL scale. So in order to bring that TRL to 9 towards 9 and to a marketed product, it is where the technology transfer office will play a essential role. And this includes the market validation, marketing, licensing and certain financials. So very quickly to see about what are the different skill set, what was missed out in the earlier sessions, and the terms of negotiation strategies, how to do the market evaluation, networking and communications in order to bring this back into the market, and what are the various business development plans, marketing strategies, are certain things which is the other side of the coin. I would say that patent and product are both two sides of the coin. One side is an IP prosecution and filing, another side is the TD business development and portfolio management kind of thing. So if you see the complete technology transfer ecosystem, it includes a lot of things right from the policies to the I'll give you a classic example, please. Academic researchers don't usually focus on the budget of the experiment. Because the research is being funded, they are more focused on the quality. They might use the most premium raw materials like titanium. In aerospace, using titanium is very common. But you bring in a commoditized market using materials like titanium and about its robustness is good. It will give you a good yield, but it might not fit into the market because the price of the product will be so high that it cannot be sold. So you have to understand those features. Likewise, demonstrations in the relevant environment and operational environment. I am operational environment, not creative. Operational environment. We have launched a robot from one of our startups. So that is operational environment. If you're talking about a satellite, it has to be validated that the operational environment has to go to the orbit to pass the test, right? So that is operational. So you understand these needs, and every time when you do this assessment, there would be a gap analysis. If you are doing a proper gap analysis and jotting down those gaps and working on to how to overcome those gaps, will lead your product patent product. Otherwise, if it is only a technology driven, it is very difficult. Not see this was taken from the Space 19 website. It is to see how the evaluation of the idea goes. Now here the idea is nothing but the professor thinking about it, there is no proof of concept. Now the key proof of concept is being established here. And they have added more components which are functional verification, components of critical functional relevant environment has been added, and certain advanced level tangible item has been done. Now the same thing, if you were to do the relevant environment, this would how the product moves. How when you see the journey of a patent to product, it will change all the way what you started then you ended. The reason is it is not just one patent. The takeaway message I want to do is not just one patent which will become a product. There are cases wherein one patent can become a product. Not talking about the compliance, but definitely if your product is very scalable level, and it will definitely have multiple patents in it. Okay? But let's talk about, hopefully I am clear on my patent to product journey. Out of the interest of time, I'll take the questions in last. So let's discuss a live case study of IIT Madras. We want any, should I stop any questions or should I continue for the placement? The organizers.
So we can take up the questions towards the end, sir.
No worries. Good. Thanks for confirming. Let's see whatever I discussed so far is a theoretical knowledge to you. Let me show you a very live practical knowledge how a patent is converted to product. Srujanta Samruddhi is what the concept given to us, which we forgot to address it in the introductory slide. So here the concept is, I'm talking about the licensing agreement which was done to Embiosenses from IIT Madras. And this is a startup driven by the IIT student and faculties. And they have their own patent taken for licensing. They worked on it towards the journey at which I will show. Now they have evolved into a very successful product, and they have not just one product, they have multiple products evolved out of it. And in most of my cases with their license, it is not just one product, it's multiple products, and it's not just one product, one patent, it's one product, multiple. So understand the concept of patent coding. And if you know the patent coding where especially the software things, all the patents are pooled and all the companies use common licensing. So let's talk about this product. This product is a fiber optic technology solutions which is being used in multiple applications. So if you were to do the anomaly detections of various fields in water, environment, health, food safety or chemical, there are certain tests to do these testings, and most often if you were to do any of these testings are set up in a very big laboratories with sophisticated instruments which are very expensive. So this technology was a very simple technology in which you could do one test at a time portably, or else you can keep a set of bunch of the same U-bend sensor probes to test multiple samples at a time. So this can be very cost-effective and rapidly diagnostic portable devices which can be used at any given point of time. Right? So push this one. The product is U-Force, which is a U-bend fiber optic sensor. If you see, the invention is this fiber. The bent object, what you are seeing here on the screen, is a invention which will do the assessment. This technology is a versatile chemical and biosensing platform that provides manufactured disposable U-Force probe cartridge. Cartridge is the one which you can see here. And this pin, what you are seeing here, is a small pin which is present attached to this cartridge. And this cartridge is this small device will act as a point of care device for various IIC systems to analyze the samples, multiple, single, in various fields, in various applications. I will not dwell the technical details of this because I am not the right person. The details of the company are provided. If you wanted, you can outreach to the company. So let's see the journey, how it has gone from one stage to another to go back to the product. So this initiation was started around like 2014 to 15 through an IITM professor with an idea of this U-Force. This was funded by an IT, and once the professor completed his research, he was filed for an IP, and IP was also drafted and granted. Now, how we evolved over a period of time is that we got the product was not just a simple solution in a single kit, but also a device which can do multiple samples at a time. So what you saw here is the ideation, and what you are seeing here at the end is the product. So in order to go from TRL 1 to TRL 9, how the journey has started is what we will be discussing. This slide I would like to spend some time, because the whole essence of your subject line, what we are discussing, Srujanta, Samruddhi, patent to product, fits into this one. As I told, this was started as an R&D project by the IIT Madras through a seed grant by Professor Sai and his team. So the technology concept was they were trying to make this wire which can detect the anomalies of the samples and give the results as a portable device. So this was at this TRL 3, they have filed a patent application, and the patent application was in progress. While it was happening, in order to take this forward, they did got certain grants and funds from IIC as well as a phase 1 grant, where they have evolved this product a little bit beyond, advanced it to bring into the validation at the lab scale. Now afterwards, after the lab scale validation, they have the professor has had a collaboration with an international partners called Recover, and both of them together have brought this technology forward. And while this technology was going through, professor has multiple IPs filed within the relevant space. So not all the IPs are talking about the wire. Certain IPs are talking about the batteries, certain are talking about the point of care, and certain talking about the reinvention. So that is where, when at TRL 4 and 5, the technology was licensed to Chem Biosciences, and also was licensed to Recover on a non-exclusive basis. So the Chem Biosciences has put in a lot of efforts to take this technology from TRL 5 to TRL 9. Now this is where you have to understand that the academic barriers ends at a level of 3 to 4 or maximum 4 to 5. Any academic institute cannot make a product out, because that is not the motive of the academic institute. Academic institutes are motive to do more research, basic research, bring new technologies, bring breakthrough ideas, bring certain novel technologies, game changer, disruptive technologies. However, taking it to the market is the company's job. So that's when we have taken the leverage of Chem Biosciences as one of the entities to license it out, this bunch of patents. And this bunch of patents were licensed out and was prepared a single unit. If you can see, I told about a point here. So this is a single point of care unit which can be used individually for certain testing and getting the results on the computer. Now, if you were to say, I can end my TRL definition starting from TRL 1 to TRL 9 here for this product, which is 1. However, the team of Professor Sai is further extended because when you're trying to bend this wire, the dimensions and the pressure is very critical, and doing manually or using instrumentations is becoming a bit of problem, because the science, the nature of pressure is not applicable. So professors have developed certain other instrument by themselves, which is bending this wire in a precise manner, so that all the essential features are retained without any backlogs. So this is one patent. Again, this was filed. So this went into this instrument, and this was funded again when you were to do this translation from one to another, it is fund which is very important. You have to understand funding aspect is very important. And this fund was taken up by the startup PME and IIC DEC. So with the help of this fund, they have evolved into a product called as AFAP, and this is the final product which you can see in AFAP. Now I will show a video to you guys so that you understand more on this AFAP itself. So this license was given in 2021, and by the time they evolved into a product, it was around like 2022. So we have further licensed team extended the license to continue. So when I am saying what you have to understand is a patent to product is not a simple journey. It involves a great lot of efforts by the researchers, by the professor, by the BD analysts, by the marketing guys to take it to market. And second point, it involves a huge lot of money, and maybe funding process is very critical. Without money, you can't launch any of the products very easily. And the third point is that your technology will evolve. So as I told, if you see your first product at TRL 6, I can say this is the TRL 9 and say that this is a product I've given. But they have evolved the IP further to generate something called as AFAP, which is having more than 5 sets of IPs which have gone into it. Now tomorrow this AFAP can go something as an alpha beta version and have some more patents added. At that point, if you compare that product here, then this becomes 9 and this becomes the one which you are seeing here as AFAP will become TRL 6. So you have to understand product, patent to product is a journey. It's a life cycle journey. It is not just that I started and switched it off. Hope I can execute what I wanted to tell here. So with this, with a great lot of efforts and development by the ChemBio, we have evolved into 2 products out of these 4 patent applications that have been filed with various grants and supports, including IIT Madras and other government bodies from the Tamil Nadu. So even what is that will help us is the international collaborations. International collaborations with Recover has also helped the company to go beyond one place. That is, they have gone into 7 countries now: USA, China, Canada, Thailand, Australia, and Hong Kong. So why these patents are important is, if you were to go into China, Hong Kong, and USA, you need to protect those rights. Without protecting, you can't go and execute this thing. So why patent is important? Because if I am going with this product into US, no other person should copy and use it as a counter product. In order to execute the rights, only patent rights are available. And they also have a national collaboration, so in various places. So this is a team of the ChemBio Private Limited. Founder member is Sandhya, and most of the employees what you see are the PhD postdoc students of the lab of Professor Raghavendra Sai, who is from Department of Applied Mechanics and Biomedical Engineering. So we did license this technology to Professor Sai, and we've been very happy on the progress that they have shown to IIT Madras. That he was happily extended the licensing for an additional 5 years that they can continue on making the product. So with this, I will take you down to the summary slide. So the takeaway points from my presentation are: patent to product is a long journey. If you're talking about apps, like certain apps, then the journey is very small. Usually in the digital space, the journey is very small. The longest will take in the pharmaceutical drugs, which is like a cancer drug which needs to be get approved by the FDA, which will take around like 10 years. So the patent to product journey is based on the technology, and it's a lengthy process. It involves multiple stakeholders like government bodies, students, researchers, regulatory agencies, a lot of people. And usually a product will have more than one patent, and will have a multiple set of patents or IPs, which necessarily would not be a patent alone. It can be a copyright, it can be a trademark or design, etc. And understanding the value of death, if you recall, there were two values of death which I explained first and second, and what are the precautionary measures is also I have explained in my slides. We will go back, isn't it? To overcome that value of death is very, very important. If you are not planning correctly, there is a great lot of chances that your technology will be dying. You have to understand whether your technology is a market push or a market pull, and you have to strategize your business plans accordingly. Then TRL translation is very important. If the technology is being not translated, then there is no growth. As I told, what you see from TRL 1 to 6 as a single point of care is product, and also at TRL 10, 9 is a second product. Now this might also be going into alpha and beta versions. Then the earlier versions becomes a lesson. So your technology has to translate from one TRL to another, which is very important. Understand the MRL and CRLs as well, market readiness level and commercial readiness level by designing a viable product. So that having this process thought in your mind, you can design a product which is fitting the market. And implementation of a techno-commercial readiness and market maturity metrics while product design. No, I haven't touched anything on this part. Maybe if you read that book, you will get to understand what it is, and this is a very good assessment session. You can go and read through it to get much better insights. Now, dealing with IT is a critical deal, as it involves technology, it involves legal, it involves business, it involves market, and a lot of compliances which needs to be met. So ignorance of law is no excuse. You have to know once. I'll give you an example. As a professor and as a researcher, I can utilize other patents to do the research, not to commercialize, to do the research. But in the same case, when I were to do a product sold in the market, I cannot. The reason is I have to add to the freedom to operate of the current IT ecosystem. So ignorance of law is no excuse. You can't just put a product on market and say that I don't know that was already existing. Am I including others? So we make sure that whatever technology that you're talking about is going uniquely through patent protection, and half of the sanity check will be done by the IP office itself at various stages, because once your patent gets granted, it's a half flag raised that okay, your patent has been validated by the IP office, until and unless you get certain objection, post-grant or pre-grant or any infringement suit. So it's all case-to-case basis. Understand the law, understand the technology, understand the business and market, and take the patent to market. And that's where you will fly with flying colors. I guess these are the questions which are kept to the audience and which are also done. There are a few slides which I can say as a success stories, but with this I would like to conclude and would like to take a questions if any.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and inspiring session. Now I invite Innovation Cell Manager, Mr. Srujanta. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ra, for your insightful session. It was really informative. You were taking through the entire journey of the TR through the example of biochemicals, right? So it was really informative, and I thank Mr. Jaybir also for your informative session on patent filing and other procedures related to the patents. So thank you so much, dear experts of today's session. And since both of you are available, we can take a few things on both IP, filing, questions related to filing as well as commercialization. We can take few questions now.
Yes, sir.
So over to Shruti now.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, we have few hands raised for few queries. So, we have Amit Kumar Tripathi. Sir, could you please unmute and raise your query, please? Hello, sir. Amit Kumar, sir. Are you there?
Yeah. My question is from Jaivir. That first of all, I would like to say that very good and very fantastic, informative presentation about the patent filing and application process. So the question was on my resolve in the last PPT about the patent filing fees and any reimbursement from the different agencies. So that question is resolved. Thank you.
So the next question we have is from Dr. Neeraj. She's asking, please let us know about the patent to tech transfer journey and its lifetime.
Can you please repeat it again?
Yes, sir. Dr. Neeraj is asking, please let us know about the patent to technology transfer journey and its lifetime in brief.
Life cycle, life. See, patent, I guess the last 45 minutes I've been trying to explain the same, that patent to product. Especially if you were to talk the life and time span, it is very restricted to the area which I'm dealing with. So if I'm dealing with something in the software related fields, my rights will be protected through copyrights more essentially than patents, and I'll have 60 years after the death. But my copyrights, my software itself will be lapsed within a few years. However, if I'm making a movie or else an art, that can take the credit of the extended time. So as I told, the time span depends on the type of IP that you are taking in and the type of technology. As I told, if it is a software, it will go last in 5 years. If it is a movie, maybe many years, or else a sculpture or artistic painting, it would last much more years. But if you're talking about a patent, it's 20 years and designs 10 years. So it depends on the life cycle of the patent. And in order to transfer that one to another, how good the marketing guy is doing it, I can do it in 6 months or 6 years. It all depends on the saving.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your response. And the next question, Arvind is asking, any specific precautions during the value of death?
Valuation.
During the value of death.
Value of death.
Yes, sir.
See, value of death is nothing but, as I told, 2 values of death. One at the stage of the academics, where we cannot fund beyond. So the academic institutes cannot fund certain things beyond. To give an example, our Hyperloop projects, which is one of the premium projects of IIT Madras, traveling commute through the tubes, is being funded by the Indian Railways itself. So certain point of time, the institutes cannot afford to take it more beyond to the beyond. So at that point, if you were to overcome such values of death, you should have funding and supporting hands. IP filing is something which you can talk about, and you can talk about the claim strength as well. If you can see what are the claims that are being discussed, whether it's broad, narrow, what are the strength of the claims, and what is the strength of your IP, what is the value of the IP. IP valuation is also very important. So in order to overcome the value of death, having a strong patent, having a strong claims, patent granted rather than applied application, and more application areas for a technology, like single technology can be used. The ChemBioScience example were kind of using same thing in 5 other application areas. So this is one point. Having a proper funding, like at the right time, the right fund needs to be kept in so that you can overcome that value. So it's an amalgamation of a lot of factors together, depending on the situation, case to case, we can discuss.
Thank you, sir. And another question related to TRL. Kiran is asking how to transfer the technology which is at TRL 711.
7?
Yes, sir. 711.
Right?
TRL 7. Yes.
Okay. See, TRL 7 is already deployment, which is that your TRL is at very high strength, By that time, my understanding, your patent should also get it granted because your proof of concept should have, and you should have a tangible thing in your hand to showcase it to the industry partner. So if you were to translate this, if I recall, I've shown my third slide. Identify the relevant, whether you wanted to do yourself, two parts. Whether I am an entrepreneur, I wanted to do it myself from TRL 7 to 9. The approach is different. You have to go through the process flow which I have shown. If not, the simple way is if you are an academic institute, you can just give the license to another company, take some money, ask for royalties, and take the licensing fees, agree for royalties, and let the academic institute do the job. As I told, TRL 7 to TRL 9, it's again that you have to translate the technology. If you have enough fund at your side, you can do it yourself, or else take the help of startup PN, or else BIRAC grants, EBST grants, or you can also take the help of UNILO. I guess IIC is also doing some funding aspects, so you can approach the right bodies for the funding to take it yourself as well. So whether you wanted to do it yourself or do a licensing, easy way is you license it out, let the others do the job, or else you wanted to do it yourself, everything, then know the ignorance of law is no excuse, so you know procedures and protocols how to do.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Another query, an algorithm developed to differentiate graphene, especially doping. However, programming was done using ChatGPT. So is it allowed for patent?
Algorithm under section 3K, algorithms and computer programs per se are not patented. But if they are resulting in a hardware that have a technical effect, that is patented. But using ChatGPT that is coming, by the way, they are saying that inventor is AI. They are saying many countries like EP and US patent application has been refused recently by AI. But in India that is still in processing. That is a, you can say, grey area. Things are developing, time will take, but will happen.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insight on this. Another question again related to TRL. What is the fastest time to get the patent if the product developed is close to TRL level 9?
Yeah, patent time you are saying about. Patent time, there are two types of times. Like as I already shown, there are 31 months to file request for examination. If applicant is filing with the application RQ or request for examination file with the application itself, so it will 31 months will reduce. Similarly, they are filing request for early publication, 18 months will reduce. And if they are giving reply to that, they are within 1 month rather than taking 6, 9 or 15 months, in that case the time will be reduced. So it depends on the applicant as well, how fast he wants to process. And second thing, what is claiming. But if there are 2 and 3 hearings, obviously time will be more. So we cannot practice say what will be the time. But generally what I am saying, if all things are met, or fastest patent is granted under expert examination was in just 41 days. If all these times are minus.
Thank you so much. Another hands raised from IIC Incubation Center. So please unmute yourself and raise it.
So, sir, if we have already filed a patent, but it has been rejected due to some technical error while developing the we cannot file it on another basis also, improve the product on some other technical grounds.
Yeah, if you have improved the product, you have some modifications. The modification is maybe something an element. You can file for modification limits, provided that modification makes okay. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed response. Now we have Dr. Bilal.
There's a lot of push in the academics.
Thanks for giving the opportunity to ask the question. I have a question to Dr. Dara. Thanks for the excellent presentation. And the concern which I have, like there's a lot of push from the administration right now, like we should have the startups from the colleges. But looking at the TRL 1 to TRL 7 to 9, as you mentioned, it is not that all easy to come up with an enterprise which basically can take a product to the market. But given the push, like maybe we may have some people from IICT as well, like there's a lot of hype going about the startups from the colleges, even tier 2, tier 3 colleges. So what is your take on this, and how our government has understood this concept of startups?
I guess Modi ji is clear on Viksit Bharat, Made in India campaign. So there is clear intention to boost the startups is what I have seen in the last 5 years. The number of startups which have been evolved out of the Indian ecosystem are very high, and especially through the academics are also very high. Even the case study which I have given is itself is one of the startup case study. Now, how well it would be is in the policies of the academic institutes. In certain institutes, they give you a sabbatical break to take up this job, to take it forward. Not all the institutes provide such flexibility. It is up to the individual to decide whether he wants to continue the job of faculty or to become an entrepreneur and leave faculty. In certain cases, mostly faculty will be the advisory roles. You can see in all these also, faculty being an advisor. Postdocs and PhDs who are the one who drive the startup. So all our cases of startup, our directors given us a target of 100 startups. I guess today in this World IP Day we are trying to meet that number. So it is not an easy job. Actually, it is the ecosystem, how friendly. We have an IITM IC incubation cell, we have IITM C5 Center of Innovation, we have GDC to translate. So we have certain predefined specific places where the funding is available for these people to avail and take technology. So if institute is providing and nurturing this group, then definitely getting a startup is not a problem. But having now, if you can see, sir, the professor's profile earlier was like only restricted to number of publications that could impact factor more or less whether you have an age. Now from patents we are from publications we move to patents. From patents we are moving into startups now. So it is not just one patent published or granted, but you part of a startup is your patent making money. We have to file Form 27 to patent officers. So there is a close stamp of inspection going on whether your patent what you are filing is making money. It is good to have a startup ecosystem in a thing and have these policies changed in your institutes, have your funding side, then can definitely create a startup.
Thank you so much for the detailed response. And we have few more queries. So Sheikh is asking, we have civil automation in which O2 can pilot processing for creating bar bending schedule and waste reduction. And startup and incubation center and website is in the beta testing stage. So how can I cater this?
First, my request is that you do not disclose these things in chat box and email. That is the first criteria, I think. You should have, I don't know whether you have filed application, but if you are saying you have not filed the application, you should avoid these things. But for the second thing, how you can judge your invention, best way is to not disclose your invention, but your field of the invention. Like you are saying that your invention related to something in waste detection or some civil automation. So you can such patents granted or filed. You will get some idea of how patent applications are filed. Because once you file an application, after that you cannot improve your scope. That is the biggest problem you can face. To always try to claim to what is your invention. That is why to check some patent granted in the field, how they are drafting. First, if you want to do your own. Otherwise, you can also, if you can afford, you can hire a patent agent that can do all for you.
and I think he has also explained about this technology in this. So I'm not sure whether I can raise this query, but since he has asked, he is asking, we have designed a multiplier, Vedic multiplier with reduced number of gates using some software and obtained better power consumption and time delay. So is it possible to cater?
Yeah, what is happening, like, and what I'm saying, like, somewhere you are taking a programming. If that programming, according to well-settled principle of the high courts now, if that is giving some technical effect, the technical effect you are increasing efficiency, reducing waste, you are reducing power, so that is are patentable nowadays in India. Computer programming per se, like you just writing computer, not patentable, but that programming is resulting in a hardware that results in more efficiency, waste reduction, power consumption reduction, you can go for patent certainly. Obviously, that will be granted on merits according to by the control. He will check for section 3K also and also other.
Thank you so much, sir, for the details. And I think due to lack of time, we will take one more last question. I think Dr. Bilal has a follow-up question. Dr. Bilal.
Yeah, thanks for giving the opportunity. Dr. Dara, like for the tier 3 or tier 2 colleges, like is there any possibility of hand-holding from IITs? Like we have the IIC here, Incubation Center, but we are not able to do justice to our students, like taking them to a next level. So could there be a hand-holding for these tier 2 colleges from incubation? Like I have recently visited IIT Madras for a certain visit. I just visited from University of Savit. I made this like my personal request to them, and I visited your incubation center. But I was just looking for a hand-holding from the IITs. Is it possible?
Hand-holding is very much possible. What you have to do is, if you are aware of the 7 technology transfer offices of DBT, that is one place to go right away. They will help you out in this thing. Otherwise, this AICT has Innovation. I mean, Anand is part of this team. This team itself is also hand-holding a lot of technology transfer aspects for ourselves. And also you can outreach to the various technology transfer. As a technology transfer office of IIT Madras, we are bound to give our services to IIT Madras staff and students. So many a times when I go for outside also, we've been asked, can you help us in 5-minute meeting? Say that our services are for the IIT Madras. If your college is having certain collaboration agreement with IIT Madras or kind of things, then we can do it. Otherwise, you can take help of these technology transfer office of DBT, DST terms or AICT's innovation cell help to translate this.
Okay, sir, like we do have filed the patents, like 33 patents from last 2 years, and 22 have been granted and 11 published. So patent wise we are picking up. Obviously a few years back we didn't know about the patents also, but now the difficulty is about translating these patents to the market. As the
Anand can help you out on this, sir. Anand will get in touch with you. We will be helping you out on this technology transfer aspect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And thank you so much, sir. So with this, we are wrapping up this session on patent to product. Thank you, Dr. Dara and Dr. JV, sir, for your valuable time and for the insightful and enriching section and sharing your experiences. Now, I formally invite Assistant Innovation Director, Dr. Ellen Cohen, sir, for briefing on the Kapila session and the other initiatives he's going to do. Over to you, sir. Hello, sir. I think you're muted.
It is audible.
Yes, Now it's audible. Yes, sir. Now it's
You
audible.
are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can see. Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Okay. So good afternoon on behalf of Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, IICT. I welcome you all for this awareness session on Kapila. So again, I thank both the speakers who have been briefed completely from idea to patent to technology transfer. Again, on behalf of Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, I thank both the expert speakers today who have been joined on Saturday, sparing their valuable time for the benefit of the participants. Thank you once again for both the experts. Today I just brief about Kapila scheme. You all aware, we have launched the Kapila scheme in 2021. That Kapila scheme initially started supporting for patent filing for higher education institution. Then we extended it now for school education system. I'm happy to share you on this occasion that this year we have supported more than 8,000 patent funding support for patent filing and examination fee. We are also working out to create more awareness session to the participants and also support them more in the case of patent applications, in the case of drafting. Also, a few queries was there in the last session that how do we take this granted patent to technology transfer, as Dr. Darasar also was saying. We plan through our Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, we have IICT MOE Investor Network. Those who have submitted their granted patents on the Kapila portal, those granted patents will, with the complete undertaking from the institute or the patent inventor, will be connecting you to the investor. We want to understand how keen you are there in the technology transfer, and we also will be extending the support of converting our the granted patent to technology transfer, which we are trying to do through Kapila schemes and MOE investor network. So those have been granted. You have not uploaded your details on Kapila website. You can just give the basic details about your patent title and your patent ID, so that we just connect it to the investor and we will directly pitch both of you, then so that you can start communicating from there. So as you are all aware that we support up to 100 patent for patent filing and examination fee per institute. So we also want to share at this occasion that through Kapila scheme we wrote to patent office and we reduced the patent filing and examination fee by 80%. which had made our country's patent filing increase to more than 266%. So in Kapila, basically the institute can get benefited through this Kapila scheme. For that, we should supposed to form a basic committee, which includes a 5-member committee with the expert from IP patent expert and head of the institution and the coordinator and the subject matter expert be part of the committee. Those who filed patent after 1st Jan 2024 are being eligible for this year's funding support. We support you on filing and examination fee. We are also looking forward for a few updates of the scheme, which you will be shortly looking into it on our website in the next 1 or 2 months. And you can submit your statement of expenditure and minutes of meeting. Usually we request, we don't intervene in your IP part, but we request the institute and the department to take a call on the patent which you want to submit through Kapila scheme to get benefited out of it. Usually we expect validate through the 12-digit application number matching with the receipt which have been made. So you can look into it as of yesterday data. So the patent filing in the country has been grown drastically after the Kapila scheme launched in 2021. And last year, if you see 33,000 patents has been filed and 3,746 patents have been granted. This year, till now, we have already reached 15,000 patents. So we are expecting, say, to increase at least 50% compared to the last year in the patent filing and examination of the patents. So I requested this occasion all the participants who have been part of this program to, if you are already aware of the Kapila scheme, just keep submitting application, get benefited out of it. Those who are not aware, please log in, access to the Kapila website and get benefit out of it. So as a kind of the complete journey of patent, like life cycle of patents from idea generation, filing of patent, granted of patent, then monetizing the patent or you use it for a profit R&D. So we want to say that after the patent is being granted through IIC MOE Investor Network, we will be enrolling you to commercialize the product, connect to the investors, or you want any application facilities, or you to be taken, make the technology intervention or improve it, we will be connecting it through our IIC MOE Investor Network. So convey this information also to your colleagues so that they can get benefited out of it. Through Kapila scheme, we provide awareness to the schools and higher education institutions. We are happy to share that last year we have funded more than 25 patents from the school. It was surprising to us, and also it was happy to know that the schools have been started this patent filing. We have been through this Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. We are promoting the culture of innovation in the school education system for past 2 years, motivating the faculty members, conducting boot camps, and also handholding them in patent filing, and supporting them, funding support to develop their product. So it's what we are trying to do through the school system. Now, many places we have been surprised, and we are happy to know that the school kids are performing, we have been overwhelmed by the way the school kids have been presenting their ideas. During last year also, we had around 35 innovation presented across the country by the students, school students, and the investors have been expressed their interest to say and have been looking forward like many more such ideas to be part from the school in the school innovation ecosystem to be presented through Kapila scheme and other investor network. We also conduct a Swayam IPR course. We have developed a Swayam IPR course, basic course, which is a 3-credit course. Past 2 years we had a fantastic response. I can say it's overwhelmed, like more than 15,000 participants have been registered and they have been taking this Swayam course. So we also jointly with Patent Office, we conduct IP awareness program, jointly with Patent as in the NIPAM National IP Awareness Mission program. So you can register on the Kapila website, you can register it and get benefited. We connect you to the speaker, either you want in online mode or offline mode, we'll be supporting you on that. So as an IPR course, we developed a content curriculum for introduction to IP for UG and foundation for intellectual property for PG and intellectual property and innovation. So we have developed this course and we can get benefit out of it. For those who are not aware of how to register on the Kapila portal, so Google search Kapila, you will get this website link directly, log into it. After logging in, you can register if you have been already registered. Log in and carry on the activities, or say like just log in, submit your application detail. If you are new register it. So far more than 2,500 plus institutions across the country have been registered and are getting benefited out of this Kapila scheme. So you can always validate, if you are not aware of your IIC code, you can log in to know your IIC code, validate it, and you will be displaying all your school college details. Then you can register and give us a single point of contact from your institute, which helps us to communicate or say coordinate in all the future activities from our end. So once you register, you can log in. Also, we have given a dashboard for you to add your patents, new IP, and you can also see how many patents have been approved, how many are under revision, and how many have been released payment. So we have been also updating our website. In the future, you can always see what is the status of your application. You can track your status of application in the release of payment and approved revision cases. Usually in the revision cases, we expect the institute to submit the patent filing fee and examination fee in an appropriate way and upload a clearly good scanned PDF document which helps us to approve it or review it in attested. Sometimes the files have been at a low resolution sometimes the number doesn't match with the application which you have submitted. Those cases we always include it in the review or revision board, so that we ask you to again update it and upload, so that you can just get the benefit out of it. And we always ask the patent details and the date of file patent and other details of the patent. It helps us to analyze the data and also support more number of patents. You can always add your IP, and you can also view. You can add your co-inventor details. In this case, either the institute or the student or faculty, anyone can be the inventor and co-inventor. So to get benefit out of the scheme, we request you to upload the minutes of meeting, statement of expenditure, application fee and examination fee. The minutes of meeting, we have given a template, just you are supposed to fill the details all in the filling blanks mode to make you more user friendly. The statement of expenditure also template has been given, so where you should conduct a meeting, upload the minutes of meeting, statement of expenditure, filing and examination fee receipt. So if you want to edit before submission, we have given you an option to edit and upload the IP details. And the committee formation, it's a basic committee which includes IP expert, institute experts, which you can always add those details on the portal to validate your committee. Once you submit, you can also upload the committee document for approval. Once it approves, you can approve by your higher authorities or the head of the institution. So you can view the patent details. Beyond that, we also taking the patent attorney registration on the portal. If you have been an IP agent or patent agent, or we do want to contribute, support the school or higher education institution, we can connect you to them so that you can extend your support to them as a patent attorney. So we would request, if someone being interested, keen to serve the society or serve the school education system, higher education system, please convey this information to them. They can register and support our society in the filing. So this is a basic patent attorney registration details which have been, so already we have got a overwhelming response from the attorneys. We have a good number of database. If any institute have been required, any attorneys, you can always approach us so that we can support you on this. So for any further details, we have given our mobile number, email ID and website. We also have a Telegram groups which we actively post your queries, or we have a mobile number, you can WhatsApp us so that our team will be responding to you as early as possible once the questions have been posed into it. So with this brief, I once again thank the whole team and thank the participants for joining this program and get benefit out of it. It's like the past 6 days we have been conducting this IP week as a part of today. It is part of a World IP Day celebration. So I thank all the participants across the higher education institution, the schools who have been part of this particular IP week celebration and actively participating. We have got more than 25,000 registrations, and people have been actively submitting their queries or say their assessment on the portal and getting benefited out of this program. Once again, I thank the whole IIC team, mainly the Shruti, Anand sir and Damini for actively involving, or also other innovation managers across the country who have been taking this at the ground level of all MIC initiatives and the handholding the higher education institutions in the technology transfer, which had reached MIC initiative to next level. Once again, I thank all the participants for joining the program, and a special thanks to Jayveer sir and Dr. Zara from IIT Madras for contributing their time on this weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Ellen sir, for your insightful session on the Kapila, and I formally invite our Internship Center Manager, Anand sir, also to address the thank you.
Thank you, Shruti. It's a great honor for me to address on behalf of IICT and Minister of Education and Innovation, sir, to thank all the stakeholders who were behind in making this 6 days event a huge success. So especially I would like to thank all the IIC institutions for their continuous support. For the last 6 days, we have got more number of participations through YouTube as well as through our WebEx link. And all our expert speakers for all the 6 days, they were very supportive, and the feedback that we got from the IIC institutions and faculty members was really encouraging. And at this moment, I would like to thank our leadership team, led by Chairman Sir, Professor T.G. Sitaram Sir, and Dr. Our VCM Sir, as well as Mr. Yogesh Sir, Dr. Elangovan Sir, Dr. Pradeep Sir, for their continuous support in encouraging whatever initiatives we do in order to promote the culture of innovation for the help of academic institutions. So with this, I would like to thank everyone, especially my MIC team members who actively supported, and the innovation managers who helped us in reaching this initiative at the ground level and to reach all the institutions. And especially Shruti for continuously coordinating this activity for the last 6 days, interacting with the expert as well as with the institution. Coordination it was excellent, and I thank everyone for joining, and hopefully we'll see next time for another insightful session during this meeting. Thank you once again.